Hi, I'm Ethan Schoonover, and I'm one of the volunteers working to run this year's Comm Academy 2021. I'm working as the 2021 Operations Section Chief, and I work closely with Ian Gallagher, Logistics Chief, Catherine Middleton, Planning Chief, and our PIO, Tim Helming, to also form the core production team. We thought it might be interesting for you to see some of the behind-the-scenes setup and how things run 100% remotely with a fully distributed team and remote guests. We've been working on this since October 2020, so what you're seeing is the culmination of 6 months of planning and production. I'm responsible for most of the designed assets, including graphic design and video production, and I'm also running the live broadcast from my home studio. So let's take a look at where I'm operating right now and what things look like from my end. This is my primary home studio. A couple floors above me is another workspace where I do most of the video editing and asset production for the conference. We've edited a lot of video for this event to make the jobs of the MCs and guests go as smoothly as possible. I sit here at the main desk and monitor several views. We have multiple monitors, each showing different useful views, including the live video conference with the MCs and guests, our minute-by-minute production schedule, and the live stream control software. While I have a full video studio set up here with a softbox, camera, teleprompter, and ceiling and table-mounted mics, I'm not going on the air directly for this event. I'm acting as essentially a 100% remote live video production studio. I coordinate and cue the on-air talent and video assets that we have ready to roll at any given moment, all from this location. This year, we opted to pre-record speaker presentations and then bring them in live afterward. This mitigates some risk during a live streaming event and gives the speakers a chance to review the live questions coming in from the audience as their presentation is broadcast. Initially, we tested Zoom for this recording. While we are still using Zoom for the live components of our event, including Q&A and anytime MCs are on the air, we found the video quality wasn't quite up to what we wanted. We ended up using another recording system with the presenters that allowed us to capture their video locally. This worked beautifully and was an overall seamless experience for the speakers. While I'm broadcasting the conference, I'm monitoring several different audio feeds, including one coming into my location from the Zoom call with the MCs and guests, and another audio feed going out to the live stream. The Zoom conference audio is sent to in-wall speakers in front of me, and audio from the live stream videos is sent to speakers in-wall behind me, so I have an ambient awareness of all the audio going out. This broadcast stream audio is simultaneously routed at a lower volume back into the Zoom conference, along with a live video feed of the stream. We're using a dedicated hardware mixer to achieve this. This lets everyone stay focused in the Zoom call and gives them a clear sense of when they are on and off the air. Video from the Zoom conference is captured and cropped into multiple views for layout in our composited scenes. These are backed by looping videos and then overlaid with lower thirds and information crawls. We're using an open source application called OBS, or Open Broadcaster Software. While there is some learning curve, it is incredibly powerful. You can see here that we preload all the content in templated scenes that are subsequently used throughout the event. We have time-coded scenes that allow us to progress seamlessly step by step through the event sections that we've planned out. This pre-planning actually allows us to be flexible and accommodate some variance in the schedule. During the event, I can speak to the team on the Zoom call without my voice going out on the air. This allows me to cue them verbally as necessary, much like you do on a live TV studio set. Additionally, we have Slack set up as a chat space for us to coordinate. All this just scratches the surface of the complexity involved in getting this all running smoothly. And of course, one major consideration is what happens if I lose connectivity here at this site. We've planned for that. I'll turn things over to my colleague and logistics chief, Ian Gallagher, who can talk more about our disaster failover plans and his own equipment setup.
Hi, I'm Ian Gallagher. I'm the Logistics Section Chief for Comm Academy 2021. Now, in addition to running the logistics section, which is responsible for managing all of the technology stacks like the website, the scheduling platform, Eventbrite, and our chat systems, basically all the things that you interact with as a participant over the internet, I'm also helping out the operations section, which is led by Ethan Schoonover. Now, in Comm Academy, the operations section is primarily responsible for our broadcasting setup. So that means all the aspects of getting video content delivered to you, the participant. So while logistics handles the kind of technical backend stuff, operations is responsible for the actual video content. So all of the video has been cut, produced, post-processed by primarily Ethan and his team. Now, I'm helping as a failover capacity for him as well. So Ethan has gone over his setup where he has his entire broadcast studio set up ready to stream to YouTube. And I have almost all that replicated here at my location as well. Now, the reason we did that is because we wanted to have a nice fault-tolerant system in place so that the participants can have uninterrupted access to Comm Academy throughout the weekend. It'd be pretty silly to have a disaster readiness conference and not actually plan for disaster on our own, right? So I'm going to actually go ahead and give you a little tour of my setup. If you've seen Ethan's setup, you're going to see a lot of similar components. Hope you're enjoying the event. All right, let's just cover some of the components of my setup here. So front and center, nice big monitor, and that's hooked up to my personal Mac laptop. That's where I do most of the logistics works for Comm Academy. And to the right, we have an iPad as well as an audio mixer. Now, the iPad I will be using during the day of to actually monitor the YouTube stream, make sure that the content that we're putting out there is perfect. So replicating exactly what all of you as participants will be seeing. Now, to the left, we have a few additional displays. The larger display leftmost there is connected to a Windows PC, and that is primarily running the piece of software called OBS Studio. Ethan and I will both be running a copy of this during the event. Ethan will be sending his stream out to what YouTube refers as their primary ingestion point, and I will be sending another stream to the backup or secondary ingestion point. Now, what that means is if Ethan loses connectivity for any reason, his computer crashes, anything happens where he no longer can stream out to YouTube, I already have a connection to their backup point, and YouTube will automatically and instantly switch over to the signal that I am sending. That gives us then a few minutes to sort out whatever the problem may be. And when Ethan is working on sorting out his issue, I can take over and I have all of the content here to send as well. So I can pick up exactly where he was and start on the presentation that was up next, or we can cut to MCs for live discussion and the like. Now, in addition to what you see here, another big component that is important here is having good, reliable power and internet connectivity. So I have all of my equipment on UPSs to provide uninterruptible power in case of any issues in that regard. And I also have a pretty robust network here with 3 commercial internet connections. So if, say, CenturyLink's fiber goes out, I can still fail over to a Comcast DOCSIS cable connection. And if both of those happen to somehow go out, I still have a T-Mobile LTE connection. So we have taken some pretty good considerations for disaster readiness and continuity here. And let's hope we don't have to use them, but it was fun to engineer and get everything working. So hope you enjoy the event. Have a good one.